Loads of pounding and crashing. Get ready to wind it up. Turn up that volume and let the excitement, the personalities, and the fun jump right into your living room as Prism presents Spectrum Wrestling.
All right, wrestling fans, we welcome you back here to the Nation Network. And we are coming to you live from the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Spectrum will host the World Wrestling Federation tonight. Kicking off the action for what will be a truly memorable evening of professional wrestling. And take a look at this. You know who that is? I believe that is luscious Johnny Valiant.
Yep, formerly one half of the World Tag Team Champions at one point in time. The Valiant brothers, they ran the tag team division.
And he is accompanying this man, Brutus Beefcake, that we have been watching now for several months, and he has really done a tremendous job. And now, apparently, with the services of luscious Johnny V.
Well, that's only going to make him a bigger threat than he already was, and he was already a pretty big threat.
We get ready to kick things off here tonight at the Spectrum. Ladies and gentlemen, plenty of big matches coming your way. The television title be on the line. The Intercontinental Championship will be on the line as well. But, of course, everybody is here for that big main event. And when I say big, it doesn't get any bigger.
Well, I don't know that it could possibly get any bigger. You've got Andre the Giant, the reigning World Heavyweight Champion, getting ready to go up against the man who made his return here to the World Wrestling Federation just 1 week ago.
Indeed, the incredible Hulk Hogan is here, and he will be going after Andre the Giant. He filled in back at Madison Square Garden for an injured Bruno Sammartino, shocking the world. Ended up getting a victory via countout over Andre the Giant. He'll take another shot at it right here tonight and see if he can't take that championship title away from the big man.
Well, anything's possible, I suppose, but I have a funny feeling it's not going to happen.
Beefcake right now stopping away here on SD Jones. Oh, take a look at that, biting him right on the hand. What kind of tactics is this?
Well, they're smart tactics. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka will be in action later tonight as well. Truly the who's who of professional wrestling. I notice you're not defending the tag team titles here tonight.
No, but we will be defending them on Saturday morning as promised.
Looking at one half of your opposition here in this match.
Yeah, doing a little bit of scouting, but I've seen enough of SD to know him already. Me and Superstar Billy Graham, we are more than ready for the challenge.
You know, there are other teams that many people would say are more worthy of challenging you guys for those tag team titles.
And in due time, but right now we're enjoying ourselves a little bit. We've earned that right.
And Beefcake now going up to the top rope. Meantime, what is Johnny Valiant doing? He just threw that kendo stick into the ring. That Singapore cane, courtesy of luscious Johnny V. Now the official has it.
He just hit Johnny Valiant with a cane. What kind of official is this?
Well, I believe that was inadvertent.
You believe? What are you, a mind reader?
Beefcake coming down off the top rope with that big forearm to the head of SD Jones. Got a 2 count. Using those questionable forearms.
Questionable? What is it with you? Everything has got to be a conspiracy.
Well, I'm just saying, we look at those forearm bands that he wears around his wrists, and he almost put them away. Got those metal plates that he rakes across the people's faces that he gets in the ring with.
Well, he hasn't done it, has he?
Well, he just came off the top rope and drove it right into the head of SD Jones.
Oh, please. How much damage do you really think that those forearm bands are going to do?
Oh, SD Jones ready for him this time. And now shoots him to the rolls back out front. Nice arm drag by SD Jones. Takes Brutus all the way over. Into the turnbuckle. And now Beefcake continues to go to work on SD Jones. Stomping away on him. SD in a bit of trouble right now.
SD's in a bit of trouble right now, and he's going to be in a lot more trouble on Saturday morning, I can tell you that for a fact.
SD down on the floor now. Joining him here ringside is Brutus. Mr. Beefcake dropping that fist right to the forehead. And SD Jones is in trouble. Into the steel guardrail. They tie up again here at ringside, and Brutus going to send SD back into the ring to avoid the countout.
He only doesn't want a countout victory. He wants to make him, right now, perhaps submit.
He's got him in a submission hold, pulling back on the chin, and SD Jones powers out of it. And now SD starting to fire up this crowd here in Philadelphia. Fans, I don't mind telling you, the crowd here at the Spectrum is white hot tonight. They know they're here for a happening. Again, the tie-up. Irish whip into the turnbuckle he goes. Brutus with a scoop and a slam as Johnny Valiant watching on from ringside. Here's a count of one. There's two. He got him.
Well, the same way he made short work, I believe that's what you'll see this Saturday when me and Superstar Billy Graham put our titles on the line.
Well, let's take a look back at some of the highlights from this one. S.T. Jones had a couple of moments, but really couldn't put much offense together against Brutus. And I'm telling you, this Beefcake has been very, very impressive.
Absolutely he has.
There's that big knee right to the head. That put SD down for the count of two. He managed to kick out. Most people do not survive that.
Well, I've seen Beefcake put a lot of people out with that running knee. I've seen him do a lot of different things here. Watch this, that mule kick right there to the sternum. That'll give you heart palpitations.
Shout out to Andrew Roberts joining us here live along with Prime Time. As Brutus Beefcake scores the big victory here tonight in the opening contest. Fans, we want to take a moment to acknowledge some of the newest members of the Nation Network.
Rated T for Teen.
The GOAT. You hear it so much you forget what it means. Greatest of all time.
What's your name, kid? John Cena.
Games and matches morph into seasons. Seasons into years. Years into decades. But the GOAT perseveres in a style all his own.
You can't see me.
Every damn night. Oh, he sees you. He hears you. Feels you. Loves you. Every last one.
2K26, the GOAT. Pre-order 2K26 for the exclusive Stu edition.
Don't it up, John.
All right, fans, we are back and ready for more. This, an international affair.
From Palm Beach, Florida, weighing in at 238 pounds, the $1 million champion, Ashley.
Well, the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, coming out here with that championship title belt that he had custom made. $1 million worth of gold and diamonds on display. He has to have armed security to travel with that. You realize that, of course.
I can imagine a lot of people would love to get their hands on that championship title.
Well, good luck trying.
Of course, that title will not be on the line here tonight as he takes on a legend in his own right. Master of the sport of professional wrestling, coming to us via Japan. DiBiase got to be tested like never before in a match like this, that's for certain.
Well, we can't take anything away here from his opponent.
From Hiroshima, Japan, weighing in at 238 pounds, Antonio Inoki.
Indeed, Antonio Inoki. He is a household name in Japan, and now he comes here to the World Wrestling Federation here in the Spectrum. I understand he's doing a tour of the States right now.
Well, he's what you would call a free agent. He can pretty much go wherever he wants, whatever he wants. And apparently he said, hey, put me down for the Spectrum. I want to see what I can do. And he's going to get a great chance to test himself against the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Should be a tremendous match.
Referee calls for the bell. DiBiase comes in, and quickly they tie up collar and elbow. You know, as much as we see these special occasions where somebody like an Antonio Inoki will make their way here to the World Wrestling Federation, it should be noted that the World Wrestling Federation is indeed a worldwide organization. The titles are defended around the globe, and we here at the WWF will have our time of visiting Japan occasionally as well.
Well, I understand we're going to have a tour of Japan in the not-too-distant future. It ought to be really good to see our talent going up against some of theirs as well, just like we're seeing here tonight.
Indeed, what a tremendous match so far as these two men are matching each other hold for hold. DiBiase now getting that shoulder almost separated, and if he doesn't get out of this hammerlock pretty quickly, he might have some long-term injury.
Yeah, hammerlock is a very dangerous hold because you are putting the shoulder in a very awkward position, and the amount of pressure you put on that can really determine whether or not somebody has to take a trip to the hospital or not.
Collar and elbow. Inoki backing DiBiase into the ropes. Referee going to try and step in there and get us a clean break. Oh, DiBiase not having anything to do with it. Stomp to the gut of Antonio Inoki, and now the $1 Million Man taking advantage.
Well, Inoki's going to learn it the hard way, I suppose, but when you're here wrestling someone like Ted DiBiase, you don't take a man at his word. If you thought you were going to get a clean break, then you just haven't done your homework on DiBiase.
Indeed, he is a member of the Jesse Ventura School of Professional Wrestling.
Well, that's not a bad thing. That School of Professional Wrestling has led me back to the tag team titles, didn't it?
Indeed. With that mentality that you possess.
Like I said, it works. Win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat.
Inoki getting the upper hand on DiBiase now as he starts to stomp to the side of the head of the $1 Million Man. And now Inoki unloading with some heavy left hands. Some retribution for that cheap shot earlier on. DiBiase might be wishing he hadn't have done it. Look at Inoki stomping him away.
Well, right now we're seeing some of this Japanese style. A lot of strikes, a lot of knees we're seeing here, stomping with a foot. You don't see quite the same style as we have here in the World Wrestling Federation. There's that spinning back kick right into the turnbuckle, no less.
DiBiase, oh, he just got caught, and he's been busted open. DiBiase might be done after that one.
Yeah, he's definitely hurt right now. I don't know if he's going to be able to come back from that or not.
Well, Inoki, of course, well trained in the martial arts, in particular karate. Very educated feat this DiBiase is experiencing right now. And that's the thing about a guy like Antonio Inoki. He can beat you with with his hands or with his feet.
Essentially, he does have 4 points of attack, so where you would normally watch the guy's rights and his lefts, you also got to worry about an up kick coming right across the face.
And now Inoki has him up in a backbreaker. Oh, there's a knee right to the head. DiBiase is out. He is a bloody mess, and he kicks out somehow.
The blood is spilling on DiBiase. It is all the way down his chest after that knee strike really opened him up.
Dropped down by Inoki. Back out front, pops him up, and another knee catching him. Inoki to the top rope. What is he going to do? Drives a knee. Oh, DiBiase right now is in really bad shape. Stiff forearm shot by Inoki. The Japanese superstar taking control over the $1 Million Man, leaving a puddle of blood in the ring. Referee might have to just step in and stop this one for DiBiase's own sake.
Well, normally I wouldn't want to see that happen, but in this situation, I gotta say, might be better to run away and live to fight another day because Inoki's doing a hell of a job on DiBiase so far.
Oh, there's a shoulder block, and out to the floor goes Inoki. DiBiase, I'm not sure what he's celebrating.
Well, right now, probably just surviving.
Referee's got the count going here. And Inoki wastes no time getting DiBiase back inside the squared circle. Goes for the cover, hooks the leg. DiBiase is a mess. And it's all over mercifully. I don't think I've ever seen DiBiase manhandled quite like this before.
Well, Antonio Inoki is one of the biggest names in all of Japan. He is their top talent. Over there, he's considered the Hulk Hogan, if you will. The Bruno Sammartino, he's up there in that category. Almost as big a name as Jesse Labonte Ventura, but not quite.
Not quite indeed. Look at this move. That strike right there, that really opened up the floodgates. DiBiase's going to need some medical attention after this one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's going to have to get some stitches in there to close that wound up. It wasn't a good night for DiBiase, but it's a little bit harder for him to, so far as scouting a guy that you don't see on a regular basis.
Here's your winner,
Antonio Inoki, victorious here at the Philadelphia Spectrum over the $1 Million Man. We'll be back with more action. The Intercontinental title is on the line. Stick with us.
Wrestling fans, make sure you join us on Saturday mornings right here for Saturday Morning Superstars of Wrestling. All of the greats from the past will be right here on Saturday mornings here on the Nation Network. Names like Rowdy Roddy Piper, Bruno Sammartino, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Magnificent Morocco, and many, many more. All the action right here on the Nation Network Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you gonna do when the legends of wrestling run wild on you?
All right, fans, we are back. Ready for the next big matchup.
And is for the Intercontinental Championship.
World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Championship is on the line in this one. Recently returning here to the World Wrestling Federation, Pat Patterson, the original Intercontinental Champion, stating that he wants a crack at the reigning champion, and that being, of course, Tito Santana.
Well, Patterson, I'll say this for him. He is indeed not only a former Intercontinental Champion, but he was the first ever Intercontinental Champion. Won that title in a big tournament in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Been a long time, though, since he's had a crack at it. I dare say he's not at the peak or pinnacle of his career, but he might still have just enough to get the job done here against Chico.
That's Tito.
That's what I said, Chico.
You never seem to learn your lesson.
There's no lesson to be learned.
Wasn't it you that chased him for that championship title just a month and a half ago? And how'd that turn out?
Look, I said it before. I wasn't after the title as much as I was after Chico, and I got what I wanted out of it. Look at me now, one half of the World Tag Team Champions. You don't think I could have took that title if I wanted it?
Much as I've known you, I don't imagine there's any title you don't want. Capacity crowd on hand for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you what, when that main event was announced, tickets sold out in under 8 hours. The Latin sensation, Tito Santana, has this crowd on their feet. What a champion he has been.
Well, I'll say this, he's been a very fortunate champion. You know, he's had some lucky breaks go his way. There's been some questionable officiating, in my opinion, that's gone his way as well.
Introducing the challenger. From San Francisco, California, weighing in at 226 pounds, Pat Patterson.
Well, originally from Canada, now via San Francisco.
Mexico, weighing in at 234 pounds, the Intercontinental Champion, Tito Santana.
The native of Tacula, Mexico, Tito Santana, long-reigning Intercontinental Champion.
Well, I'll tell you something right now. Pat Patterson knows that he's not going to get a whole lot of shots right now. As a newcomer, he's lucky he got himself this one. He's got to make the most of it. And when you realize that if you lose here tonight, you're probably going to fall back in the pecking order pretty quickly, that puts a lot of pressure on you. Now the question is, does he rise to the occasion? Does that pressure motivate him to bring his best effort forward, or does he crack underneath the pressure? As a former champion, I would say he's probably well-versed in how to handle pressure situations like this.
We will be finding out as the referee steps between him and Santana. Went with a big right hand. And nice reversal by Patterson. And he's got the shoulders down. And Santana has to kick out right off the bat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Santana's automatically understanding now that this is a guy who's not afraid of him. This is a man who's not backing down from this pressure we talked about. Right out the gate, trying to go for a pinfall. He knew he wasn't going to pin him with that move, but he wants Santana to know that he can.
Well, right now, Santana is letting Patterson know what he can, as he's got the challenger all tied up and now has a handful of his face as he pulls back on the chin of Patterson to Santana.
Yeah, referee should do a little better job of trying to get position on that, because I would say that was an illegal maneuver by Santana. Looked like he had him by the eyes.
Back into the ropes now. Good luck getting a clean break here. Let's see. Oh, there's Pat Patterson.
Well, yeah, he just got his face raked by Santana. You don't think he's going to take some liberties? Of course he would. Anybody else would as well. I'd say you would, but we all know you'd never be in the ring.
Once again, referee backing them up. And now Patterson. Nice knee strike right there. Must have been watching Antonio Inoki. Off the ropes, dropped down by Patterson. Santana again leapfrogged by Patterson. Nicely done, and a stiff shot to the jaw. Down goes Santana. Tito's actually in some trouble right here. And look at Patterson raking the face with the boots. Oh, a tremendous shot right to the head. Goes for the cover. Patterson count. Got a 1. Count a 1.
How many counts has Santana had in this match?
None thus far.
Yeah, so right now Patterson's up 2-0 just in pinfall attempts. Those numbers keep on escalating at that rate. He's going to win the Intercontinental Championship, as I predict.
Now choking Santana out on that top rope. Patterson. Nice suplex right there. And Tito Santana, I got to tell you right now, I haven't seen him in this much trouble since he's won that title. Off the top rope, Patterson got him with that knee right to the chest. Will that be enough to keep him down? 2.5.
Santana's going to have to dig down deep at this point. I don't know that he can. Pat Patterson is feeling it.
Oh, up the rope. Patterson with a shot to the head, and Santana's down. I think we're going to be seeing a new Intercontinental Champion here. Leapfrog comes up, went for the forearm, nobody home, and now Santana. Oh, there's a forearm. The Intercontinental Champion just dotting the I's. And here he's going to cross the T's as he's going for that figure 4 leg lock, and Pat Patterson might have to submit.
Patterson's got to find a way to get out of this, either turn it over or grab the ropes.
I believe he may have reached the ropes on that one. Santana is now quickly turned the tempo and the tide in this one, and he wants Patterson up on his feet. Patterson has no idea what's waiting for him. Cross body.
Well, I'll say this right now. If Santana was half smart, he would have held on and hooked the leg off of that cross body. Might have pulled one out.
Flying head scissors here by Tito Santana as he's going to work on the challenger here ringside on the concrete floor. Philadelphia Spectrum, the home of the Philadelphia Flyers and the Philadelphia 76ers. Dropping the knees right into the small of the back, and now suddenly Patterson feeling it. And the champion has done a tremendous job of getting back into this match.
Well, I won't take it away from Chico. Right now, he is back in control for the moment. Question is Patterson going to weather the storm or not? I believe he will.
Oh, Santana measuring him with that knee drop. Oh, nice move right there by the challenger, dragging that leg across. And now Patterson following up on Tito Santana. Irish whips him into the turnbuckle. Series of shots. Oh, spinning back kick. He really was watching Antonio Inoki. Going for the cover. Patterson has the leg. Gets one. Gets nothing more than the 1 count.
Want to send a shout out to John Wesley Thomas here watching us live on the Nation Network.
What a stiff right hand, and Santana might be out. Patterson is in control, and now Patterson has him up. Caught him with that knee. Going for the cover. We might have a new champion. Santana grabbed the ropes.
How in the world? This is what I am talking about. From that position, how did the referee see that?
Santana grabbing the ropes, and now he's been busted open by Pat Patterson, and boy, that drew the ire of Tito Santana. He is fired up.
I'm telling you right now, it's funny how when people like me grab the ropes, the referee somehow never seems to see it. Santana grabs it though, and he caught it right away, even though he was on the back end of it.
Action spilling out here to the floor. Santana going to work now on the leg, doing further damage to the knee. Softening him up for that figure 4 leg lock. If he can apply it one more time, I believe he will go on to victory. Sent under the bottom rope, and now Santana comes back in. Want to welcome everyone joining us here live on the Nation Network. Santana go for that figure four leg lock. Here it is. Will he be able to make it to the ropes this time or not? I don't know. Referee is there to ask him.
Well, he didn't make it to the ropes, I don't believe, but Santana, for some reason, releasing the hold.
Look at Tito going right back after those legs.
Quick shout out to those joining us here now. John L's in the house along with Big JH. Welcome aboard, gentlemen. Thank you for being here.
Santana has got the challenger up. Drives him into the turnbuckle and deposits him unceremoniously in the middle of the ring. Santana now bleeding profusely, but comes off the middle rope with a big splash. Oh, there's that forearm once again by Tito Santana. Goes for the cover. That could be all she wrote for Pat Patterson. Indeed it is. What a matchup these two men just had.
Well, that was a tremendous match. No two ways about it. I still have my questions about these officials, though, and how selectively their vision seems to be working.
Look at that. Knee off the top rope. Almost crowned a new Intercontinental Champion with that move.
Well, I thought he had him for sure. Referee maybe a little bit slow on the count. Look at the forearm shot right there. Most people would have been out. Patterson got back up.
Indeed he did. And it was a true back and forth battle for the Intercontinental Championship between the past and the present. Big right hand there by Patterson, and watch this move. Talk about executing with a deliberation. He had a point to be made there, and Santana grabbing the rope.
Yeah, and again, look at the position he was in, the referee, that he was able to see that move. Amazing to me.
Here is your winner, and still Intercontinental Champion, Tito Santana.
A bloody Tito Santana. I don't think the wounds will be too big a problem for him because he's still the Intercontinental Champion.
Well, retaining your title will make some of the pain go away for sure. But I gotta tell you, I think he's a very, very lucky man to be holding that title right now.
Fans will be back in just a moment for more action here from the Spectrum. Next up, the Superfly in action.
Most people have the wrong impression about the World Wrestling Federation. We're a non-violent form of entertainment.
We never use sex to enhance our image.
As athletes, we understand the importance of being positive role models. We're good, wholesome family entertainment. We're trying to make the world a better place for mankind.
WWF Attitude.
Get it?
All right, fans, ready for more action here from the Spectrum. This promises to be a tremendous one-on-one matchup.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart.
The Hitman Bret Hart, one half of the Hart Foundation, going in solo competition here tonight.
Well, we have seen Bret the Hitman Hart go singles matches before. He's actually a very, very talented singles wrestler. He's very great at being a tag team as well with Jim the Anvil Neidhart. And, of course, you see him down there with the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart in the corner.
And here comes his opposition from the Fiji Islands. Ladies and gentlemen, the Superfly is here in the house.
At 235 pounds, Jimmy Snuka.
This capacity crowd giving a big welcome to the Fijian native, the Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. This should be a tremendous one-on-one match.
Well, it's definitely got all the potential in the world, but I'll say this also. I believe this is going to come down. They're both very equally talented, slightly different styles. Snuka likes to do a little more of the high-risk, high-flying, whereas the Hitman is a little bit more mat-based, I would say. But I think the deciding factor here is definitely going to come down to which man outthinks his opponent, and I don't think there's any contest there. So I'm going to give the win to the Hitman Bret Hart. That's my prediction.
They tie up in the middle of the ring to start this one out. Superfly with a rear waist lock on the Hitman. And to what the body said moments ago, the Hitman Bret Hart, a tremendous tactician. He will find a way out of anything you put him in. Look at the move right there by Snuka. Those shoulder roll down. And the Hitman comes out the back door, turns right back around now and reverses. Going for the cover on Superfly Jimmy Snuka. You know, this could be a technical masterpiece, but I've got a funny feeling it's not going to stick around that way.
Well, of course not, because Snuka's a savage deep down inside, and he's going to start bending the rules. There you go. What did I tell you?
Well, indeed, Snuka getting a little shot in on the Hitman on the break, and now Bret Hart with that side headlock, and Jimmy Hart from ringside is cheering his man on. Top wrist lock by the Superfly. Can't help but notice at the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart not holding on to that megaphone at the moment. Where did he put that?
Well, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
Snuka, one-legged monkey flip, perfectly executed. And now goes to work on the Hitman here in the corner. Rakes the face.
Well, at least you called it right for a change. Indeed, he's the man hitting on the break, and now he's raking the face. Superfly Jimmy Snuka's breaking all the rules. And you want to know why we're not going to have a scientific match?
Snuka off the top rope. Oh, I thought he might be going for the big one. Irish whip reversal. Oh, look at this. Jimmy Hart grabbing the ankle. From behind, the Hitman takes advantage. Why is the referee not throwing him out of here?
Well, I believe he gave him a talking to, and I believe that Jimmy Hart may have noticed something. He may have saw something. He was just trying to call it to the referee's attention. Maybe the tape on his ankle may have been coming loose or something. Didn't want him to trip on it.
Give me a break. You've got to be kidding me. I'm telling you, these referees have got to do a better job of controlling the managers. They don't need to be at ringside. If they can't behave themselves, just send them back to the locker room. Snuka deposits the Hitman head first back into the mat. And he is not at all happy with the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Down across the knee with the backbreaker. And now Superfly, what's he got in mind? Going to the top rope. The Hitman is up. Oh, and Snuka overshoots the target. Sends him in. Big chop, and down goes the Hitman Bret Hart. Snuka going up again. He got caught. And the Hitman takes advantage.
What did I tell you? Who was going to be the smarter wrestler? The Hitman made him think he was hurt, so he'd go up to the top rope and now takes advantage of him.
And now there's a submission hold, but Snuka does not stay in that one very long. Nice headlock. Takes him over. Now the Hitman is down. Very close to the ropes. Not sure he's aware of it. And Snuka going up to the top rope. Here's the big splash, and Jimmy Hart knows his man's in trouble. The Hitman Bret Hart got out of it. He got a shoulder up. Can you believe this?
Well, that just goes to show why he is so successful, even in singles matches.
Jimmy Hart hopping up on the apron. He is absolutely going frantic out there as his man is in trouble right now. Snuka making him pay. This is essentially a 2-on-1 match. Let's call it like it is.
How do you figure it's a 2-on-1 match?
Jimmy Hart is getting involved. He's distracting the Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Are you kidding me? The only reason the Hitman is still in this match is because of Jimmy Hart.
Man weighs about 170 pounds on a good day. You think he's a major problem for the Superfly?
The Hitman now going to go for the sharpshooter. If he applies this one, he might get the victory over the Superfly. Referee is there to ask Jimmy if he wants to give it up.
Did a lot of damage to the lower back. You saw Snuka favoring it, and the Hitman now comes down with a splash of his own right across that damaged back.
Referee's there for the count of one. There's two, and Snuka manages to sneak out the back. Well, the tide and tempo have totally turned in this one, and the Hitman taking control. And now goes to work on the leg of Superfly Jimmy Snuka. If he can apply that sharpshooter one more time, and he's going for it right now, that might be all she wrote. Snuka close to the ropes. Will he reach them, though, is the question. He is fading, and that's it. A big win for the Hitman Bret Hart here at the Philadelphia Spectrum, but I still say it was a 2-on-1.
Well, you can say it all you want, but I'll tell you right now, Bret the Hitman Hart proved that he is one of the best in the business here today. Look at that, the big Superfly splash from the top rope. There's one, there's two, and you would normally always see a 3 count, but the Hitman had that intestinal fortitude to kick out.
I'm not going to take anything away from the Hitman's overall abilities, but I'm not so sure he has a win here tonight, if not for the outside interference of the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Well, at the end of the day, there's a guy in that ring wearing stripes, and it's his job to call it down the middle. He determined that Jimmy Hart didn't do anything that egregious, apparently, because he left him there, and he didn't disqualify the Hitman.
Most impressive victory, but I have a feeling we've not heard the last of this. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. 8-man over-the-top battle royal. $20,000 on the line when we return.
Okay.
What?
The 80s called. They want their store back.
It's time for a new Radio Shack. Come see what's possible when we do things together.
All right, fans, back here at the Spectrum. 8-man over-the-top rope battle royal. $20,000 on the line. Here is the first man making his way to the ring.
Weighing in at 234 pounds, Bob Backlund.
The former world heavyweight champion, Bob Backlund, stepping through the ropes. Now, aside from the $20,000, you got to believe if you win a battle royal like this, it's got to help your boost in the top 10 ratings.
Oh, no doubt about it. As a matter of fact, I thought about putting my name down for this one, but then I realized you'd be in the broadcast booth alone, and we've already seen how bad that turns out.
The Animal George Steele making his way down the aisle. This man, a couple of French fries short of a Happy Meal, I don't mind telling you.
You don't mind telling me? Why don't you go tell him, see how that works out for you?
Well, from the Pacific Islands, the High Chief Peter Maivia. We haven't seen much of him lately here in the World Wrestling Federation.
No, he's been a little bit quiet as of late. I understand he took some personal time off and was also maybe healing some injuries, but he's back here for the Battle Royal. And hey, if he wins this Battle Royal, it could turn around and boost his rankings right away, put him right into a title match. Maybe he'll be the next one going after Chico. Now, I'd like to know why he's allowed to bring that spear into the ring. That's a lethal weapon. That's not just a weapon.
Well, clearly he's not using it in the match. It's part of his culture, part of his heritage.
Okay, well, I'm former military. Should I walk in with a bunch of hand grenades?
Here we go. Cowboy Bob Orton still sporting that cast on the left arm from the longest lasting injury in the history of professional wrestling, if not modern medicine.
Well, he's got the paperwork to prove that it's necessary. He's had that fractured forearm, and it was apparently severely fractured. It's taking a lot longer to heal. Of course, the fact that he stays active doesn't really give it a chance to heal 100%. So you're going to fault the guy for continuing to compete even when he's injured?
A lot of questions about the legitimacy of those x-rays, and more so the so-called doctor that's providing them.
Boy, you just got to jump on every conspiracy that crosses your desk, aren't you? You have nothing to back it up whatsoever.
Oh, here's got to be one of the favorites for this one.
Well, Gorilla Monsoon is a big guy, and this is definitely the type of match I would think would favor someone like him. You're talking about near 400 pounds worth of Gorilla Monsoon, and they're going to have to work together to get him out of there, in my opinion, unless somebody gets real lucky. I don't think a one-on-one's going to get it done, even though we've got some top talent out there. He's just too big.
You know, Gorilla's been telling people, anyone that'll listen, he wants a crack at Andre the Giant, that World Heavyweight Championship. He believes he's the guy that can put Andre down.
Well, everyone wants to believe it, but Andre's never lost a one-on-one match by pinfall or submission, and I don't think that's going to change here tonight either.
Gorilla Monsoon standing some 6'7" tall. And here comes the next entry here for the Big Battle Royal, the Junkyard Dog.
Weighing in at 280 pounds, Junkyard Dog.
Well, the JYD making his way down toward the ring. Since coming on the scene here about a month or so ago, he's definitely making some waves in the World Wrestling Federation. I don't see him outlasting these other 7 men over the Battle Royal.
Well, while there are no friends in a Battle Royal, I do believe there have to be some acquaintances. You have to work together to get some of these bigger guys out of the match. Otherwise, you're just playing into their strengths.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing right now, we've got a pretty even Battle Royal with one big glaring standout, and that big glaring standout is the Gorilla. They need to work together to get Gorilla Monsoon out of this match if they want to have any chance.
Oh, and take a look who's heading down the aisle.
And from Stone Mountain, Georgia, weighing in at 249 pounds, Jake the Snake Roberts.
Jake the Snake Roberts, and we all know what he's got in that bag.
Well, you know why he brings that bag down on a night like tonight, don't you?
Well, we all know. And if he can do it, once the bell rings, he'll take that Snake Damien out of there and chase everyone out of the ring.
No, that's not what it's there for. It's there because he thinks he's going to win this whole thing, and if he does, he's going to have $20,000 to walk around with, and what safer place to put that money than in the bag with Damien? Would you reach in there to pull the money out?
No, sir, I would not.
Well, neither would most everybody else. That's better than Brinks for my money.
And their opponent from Paris Island, South Carolina, weighing in at 306 pounds, Sergeant Slater.
Well, one of the men representing the Grand Wizard and his armada, Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, Sarge carried no glory down there, and as a fellow Marine, I just want to say, simplify. There's nothing better than seeing a fellow military get in that ring and get ready. Now, I'll tell you something right now. I would not be surprised at all if Slaughter wins this whole thing, because he knows about combat. He knows about going behind enemy lines and having to take on situations just like this. I believe his skill set is perfectly matched for a battle royal environment.
Well, we're about to find out. The bell rings. This one now officially underway. And we have got action. And Slaughter, I believe, has been busted open already. Gorilla Monsoon going right after the Sarge. Indeed, he has been opened up on the right side by the, and now Backlund going after Gorilla Monsoon. We've already got elimination. Who's gone? George the Animal Steel.
Well, not a big surprise there, is it?
Slaughter is in trouble now. Jake the Snake Roberts takes Slaughter out.
Wow, I've got to tell you, I'm surprised that he went out that quickly, but right now, they've got to go back to Gorilla Monsoon. This one-on-one isn't going to get the job done, and look at this. Junkyard Dog going after Bob Backlund. Like you said, there's no friends in this.
Monsoon trying to clean house here. Bob Backlund has been busted open as well. The Junkyard Dog. We've got two men being eliminated here. Bob Backlund and Bob Orton both on the apron right now.
Wow, both the Bobs were in jeopardy at the same time, but managed to both fight their way back into the match.
Junkyard Dog continues the attack here on Bob Backlund. Normally these two guys would be partnering up and being friends with one another, but not tonight. $20,000 and only one man gets to claim it. Clothesline, and there goes Gorilla Monsoon.
What a move right there by Jake the Snake Roberts. Very smart maneuvering. He got the momentum, and the clothesline just took Monsoon clear over the top rope and to the floor. I didn't think it could be done by one man, but it was.
The slams heard round the world, ladies and gentlemen. What action we've got coming at you. This crowd here in the Spectrum on fire. This isn't the main event. That comes up next. Headbutt by the High Chief Peter Maivia, putting Jake Roberts down. We started with 8. We're down to 5. Jake Roberts is in the corner and dropped head first on the turnbuckle. Look at this High Chief with a headbutt, and Bob Orton feeling that one. And now Roberts and the High Chief, Peter Maivia, inverted atomic knee drop, nicely done. Bob Orton is in danger of being eliminated now by Bob Backlund. They struggle here in the corner.
Backlund's in bad shape. You can see that blood running down the face, getting into the eyes of Bob Backlund, and the former champion is going to probably need some good medical attention as soon as the match is over.
Tremendous clothesline right there by Jake Roberts, and there's a nice one as well by Bob Backlund as he continues the assault on Bob Orton.
You know, the battle of the Bobs taking place here at the Spectrum.
Over the top rope, he's on the apron, and Backlund eliminates Orton, and now we are down to 4. Roberts has him, DDT, and the former champion is down. Maivia just took out the JYD. Jake Roberts sends Maivia off the ropes. Hip toss takes him over. Jake the Snake Roberts right now is doing a number on everyone in this battle royal.
Well, Roberts just busted open Maivia, I believe. He looks like he's bleeding as well.
Oh, and Backlund hangs on to the top rope and avoids elimination. Wow, Maivia is split wide open. He's in bad shape. Look at how much blood he is hemorrhaging. Maivia definitely in need of medical attention, ladies and gentlemen, but $20,000 will keep him in this match a little longer. Jake Roberts now in the corner, and Maivia trying to get him up and over. Can he do it? He's got Roberts perched on the top rope, precariously ready to go. Roberts trying to fight back, and he does, just enough to stay in the match.
Nice bulldog right there by Jake the Snake Roberts. Takes Peter Maivia hard into the canvas, and that wound is only getting worse for Peter Maivia. What a night it's been for the doctors, huh?
Indeed, I think we're going to run out of bandages and stitches before this one's over. Bob Backlund's a hot mess as well. The former world champion, no stranger to this type of adversity. One of these 4 men going to walk away with the major prize of $20,000 here at the Spectrum. The question is, which one will it be? JYD is eliminated, and now there are 3 remaining. Look at this, going for a submission, but you can't get a submission in this match. It won't matter.
No, the only way to win is to throw your opponent over the top rope, and their feet must both hit the floor. Anything other than that won't matter.
And now going for a suplex on the Snake. Peter Maivia has him up, and a nice one at that. And now Backlund, though, right on top of Peter Maivia.
Well, Jake Roberts not going to allow that to even happen. He's going to take it for himself. Backlund's in trouble now.
Dropped across the top rope by Jake Roberts, with Maivia from behind. Clubbing shot across the chest of the much bigger opponent in Jake Roberts.
The High Chief Peter Maivia is a very, very tough wrestler. Can't take that away from him, but physically he is not that big. He's not that tall. He doesn't have the stature of a Jake the Snake Roberts. Right now, Roberts is the big man in this match.
We'll have to see if that actually plays out at the end of the day. Oh, Samoan drop, and Roberts is feeling it right now. Man, cracked a rib.
Want to take a quick moment to send a shout out to Juki Wilkos watching us as Jake Roberts has been eliminated.
Indeed, the High Chief just put Roberts over the top into the floor now. Will it be Bob Backlund, or will it be the High Chief Peter Maivia after a lengthy absence?
Well, this would be a hell of a way to make your return back to the World Wrestling Federation after a couple of months of being absent in action.
Again, Maivia going for a submission hold on Bob Backlund, the former world champion, not likely to submit. But even if he did, it wouldn't matter. Nice reversal, and now he's going to try to put Backlund over. Can he get him over? That's the question. Backlid is done, and look at this. Peter Maivia, welcome back to the World Wrestling Federation. Here's $20,000.
Well, I'm going to sit here and say it right now. I am shocked that he was able to win this Battle Royal. I didn't see this one coming. When you look at the lineup of talent that was in that ring at the beginning of the match, no way in the world I would have believed Peter Maivia would have found a way to survive. But that's what the Battle Royal is all about. He did what he needed to do. He had to be where he needed to be to either avoid elimination or to get eliminations.
Well, we're going to take a look back at moments from this one. Jake Roberts right here. Watch this. Former champion Bob Backlund dropping that DDT. The High Chief going to work on the back of the Junkyard Dog. I really thought Jake Roberts was going to have the advantage until that moment right there. That Samoan drop, I believe, really took a lot out of Jake Roberts. You see him holding his ribs as he leaves the ringside area. And then deposits Bob Backlund over the top rope. Big win for that man. Fans, when we come back, it's the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Don't you go away.
Tell me about your problems.
I have bad credit, no girlfriend, and no life. At least I own my car.
I have a solution. 1-800-LOAN-MARK, brother.
1-800-LOAN-MARK, baby!
It sounds like you need more money to have fun, right?
Exactly.
Since your car is paid off, it's as good as cash. Call 1-800-LOAN-MARK, brother.
Your problem is solved. It's 800-LOAN-MARK.com, baby!
The following contest is a special referee match and is for the Worldwide Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
All right, fans, we are ready to kick things off here tonight. This is the main event, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Here comes the heavyweight champion, Andre the Giant, to a chorus of boos.
Well, a lot of these fans seem to think that Andre has turned. I'll tell you something right now. I think Andre's doing exactly the right thing. He got screwed out of that title in a three-way match, but managed to come right back and reclaim it as he should. Never should have happened, and he felt that the powers that be were getting together to try and screw him over, and I believe he's right. I think that's exactly what was happening. What did he do? He took business and matters into his own hands. Even what happened over here recently at Madison Square Garden, just not very far from where we're at right now. Supposed to be defending the title against Bruno Sammartino, and all of a sudden they throw a curveball at him and substitute Hulk Hogan. Now here's the difference. Tonight he knows who his opponent's going to be.
Andre the Giant, the 8th wonder of the world, 7'9", 520 pounds. A bigger heavyweight champion you will not find anywhere. A more dominating champion you will not find anywhere. Whether or not that will matter here tonight, to be seen. And this place has come unglued. Listen to this crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Hulk Hogan has arrived.
Well, I, for one, am not all that impressed with this guy. He comes out and tries to steal a title by being a surprise substitute. No warning given, and he still couldn't get the job done, could he?
Well, he was victorious by a countout. But as we all know, in order to win the championship, it has to be a pinfall or a submission.
Well, no one's done that to Andre the Giant before, and I don't think they're going to do it here tonight either.
Capacity crowd on hand, and they are all on their feet. This is what they came to see. Hulk Hogan, 6'7", 315 pounds. Against anyone else, he would be a tower of power, but it's Andre the Giant.
Introducing the challenger. From Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 303 pounds, the Immortal Hogan.
The Hulkster ready to go to battle here.
520 pounds, the Worldwide Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Referee holding the championship title up. That's on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Here is our main event from the Spectrum. Oh boy, buckle up. Hogan charging across the ring, and Andre the Giant wasting no time at all. Taunting this ringside crowd. Butterfly suplex perfectly executed that time by Andre the Giant. Unloading on Hulk Hogan. Andre does not seem to be too impressed thus far with the challenger. Irish whip into the corner he goes, and Hogan gets caught by Andre, 520 pounds, crushing him into the turnbuckle.
Well, thus far it's been all Andre the Giant, and that's kind of what I anticipated we were going to see.
Hogan got a knee to the midsection but couldn't back it up, and Andre drops him one more time. That is an angry Giant right there as Hogan has gone to the floor. Referee put the count on as he drops Hogan again. Look at Andre. Just telling this ringside crowd, here's your hero. Got Hogan up in the air by the throat and drops him.
Andre right now has proven to everyone why he is the eighth wonder of the world. He is just unloading on Hogan, and there's nothing that the challenger's been able to do.
Oh, there's a shot that drops Andre. Hogan now battling back.
No effect whatsoever. And Andre comes, look at him, he's just eating those and keeps on coming forward. Andre the Giant, it has no effect on the champion, and 1-2 punch, down goes Chump Hogan.
He is laughing. Andre the Giant is laughing at Hulk Hogan.
Man, he is just pummeling the midsection of Chump Hogan. Andre having his way with him right now. There is just no problem. Everything is one-sided, and Hogan can do nothing about it.
Oh, he caught him with a big kick right to the cranium, and Andre suddenly has been jolted into reality. This crowd's starting to get back up into it. Oh, Andre the Giant driving that elbow down into the chest of Hulk Hogan. Big clothesline, and Hogan out to the floor. Andre, what's he doing now? Goes out here with him. He's got Hogan. Hogan reverses it. Oh, Andre just struck the steps here ringside.
Well, that did some damage. He caught those right in the corner of the steps, right to the midsection. And Andre's feeling it. You can see him holding his ribs.
Andre going after Hogan, who turned his back on the champion.
Not a smart move, was it?
Tremendous headbutt, and now Andre the Giant, perhaps ready. Oh, look out! Down into the chest of Hulk Hogan. Goes for the cover, and the champion might retain. Hogan got a shoulder up. Andre off the ropes. On 500 pounds. There's one. There's two. Wait a minute. Andre, he's letting the mic up. What's he doing?
He wants to hand out more punishment. I don't blame him. He's dominating this dude. Why wouldn't you?
Oh, this crowd is not happy at all right now. And now Andre the Giant heading out ringside. What's he got in mind? He's going after the Spanish broadcast table. He's clearing the deck. What's he going to do?
Well, the answer to your question, I'll give it to you. Whatever the heck he wants to do, which is what he's been doing the whole match long.
And now Hogan with a small package.
Well, congratulations. You actually got his shoulders down, but for what? A half count.
Another big headbutt, and Andre the Giant just continues to hand out punishment. Now choking Hogan in the corner. Here's the Irish whip, and over the top rope, and again down to the floor. Hogan landing with a thud. Andre sending Hogan into that table. Oh, big elbow by Hogan has stunned him. Andre stunned right there by Hogan. And now head first into the broadcast table. Andre is rocked. Hogan battling back.
Well, Andre the Giant better find a way to turn this thing around, because the last thing you want to do is allow Chump Hogan to get some momentum going. We've seen what can happen.
Hulkamania running wild here at the Spectrum right now as Andre the Giant is on the receiving end of what is referred to as a receipt. Clothesline, down goes Andre. He might not be able to get back up.
Oh, come on now. You gotta be kidding me.
Back in the ring, we will not have a count out.
It seems that's the only game plan Chump Hogan has to come up with. He's trying to get himself a win by a count out because he knows he can't pin Andre.
Oh, he caught him with that up kick. And now Hogan go for the slam, and Andre says, I don't think so.
Yeah, Hogan might be powerful, he might be strong, but you're not going to slam Andre the Giant, pal. That's just not going to happen.
Once again, this ringside crowd absolutely electrified by this main event here at the Spectrum. We've seen these guys in action before, but this is another level. And Hogan taking off the apron. He just went flying out to the floor. Oh, Hogan caught Andre with a couple of right hands and stuns the big man. The champion now reeling. Andre grabbing Hogan.
See, that's how I'm talking about right there. Hogan decides he's going to pose for what? He's done nothing in this match, and he's going to pose. Now he's paying the price.
Andre the Giant head first. Oh, Hogan just got caught. Andre putting him up there. Oh, this could be bad news. Could be indeed bad news for Hulk Hogan. Andre has him. Suplex off the table to the floor. Both men are in trouble.
Well, Andre the Giant, I'll say it right now, he's the man taking control.
the corner of the table. And now Andre in the ring. Hulk Hogan, good luck if he can make it back in, and he can't. Andre will get a count-out victory here at the Spectrum.
Well, that evens things up at one apiece, in my opinion, but I still want to see a decisive outcome between these two dudes.
I'll say this much right now. Andre the Giant looked like a force of nature in this one.
Well, that's because he knew who he was going to be wrestling against. It wasn't a surprise. Imagine when you can prepare for your opponent as a champion should.
What a night of action it has been, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Spectrum. I want to thank you all for joining us as we take a look back. Watch this, off the table. I can't believe that table withstood the two of them on top of it. But then right there, Hogan dropped right on the corner of the table head first, and you're not getting up from that. I don't care who you are.
Here is your winner, and still the Worldwide Wrestling Heavyweight Champion.
Fans, we'll see you Saturday morning for Superstars of Wrestling. So long from the Spectrum.